Hello, my name is Carmen Torres, and this presentation is about bridging the gap between technology and people for Beaufort City Schools. The purpose of this presentation is to discuss Everett Rogers' diffusion of innovation theory to understand how people in a system adopt new technology. According to Curtis 2020, the process of adoption is also strongly influenced by networks and communities, which consist of different categories of adopters. The 5 types of adopters are innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. I am going to describe the 5 types of adopters in the context of technological innovation and their influence on the process of adopting the new technology. Innovators are the ones who initially adopt the new technology since they are risk takers. They represent a small amount of the system and are characterized by being an energetic group that seeks creative ways to integrate new technologies. Curtis 2020. Early adopters. These types of adopters are lead educators who enjoy the respect of other teachers and are often observed by others to see what technology they choose as well as how successful they are at using the new technology. They serve as the opinion leaders. Early majority. This group of adopters takes more time to analyze new technologies before incorporating them, since they take more time to analyze new technologies before incorporating them. Deyala et al. 2020. The late majority adopters. This group adopts the new technology due to the pressure from their peers and due to economic needs. They are very cautious about making changes and require concrete proof that the technology to be integrated actually works. Laggards are slow to adopt technology and often do not integrate it into the classroom. Curtis 2020. Their point of reference is the past and they are comfortable with how they have always done things. Innovators, early adopters, and early majority in technology adoption. How to use early adopters in the technology change process of a system. Early adopters consist of 3 types of adopters: the innovators, early adopters, and early majority. These 3 types of adopters have a more positive attitude to change and can influence the rest of the people in the technology adoption process, since they are usually being watched by the rest of the people in the system to see if the technology really is of benefit to the system. In the case of the innovators, Curtis 2020 explains that they always look for creative ways to include new technologies. From a biblical point of view, these 3 groups of adopters can be seen as the 12 apostles that Jesus sent to teach about the kingdom of God. In this historical context, there was resistance to change, but this group of apostles sent by Jesus were risk takers who were willing to communicate the great teachings of Jesus. On this, John 17 verse 17 through 19 says, "Sanctify them by the truth. Your word is truth. As you sent me into the world, I have sent them into the world. For them I sanctify myself, that they too may be truly sanctified." New International Bible. Working with late majority and laggards. To work with these 2 groups of adopters, we first have to recognize and understand the reasons why they decide to accept the change of a slower way. These 2 groups are the late majority and the laggards. We must be respectful and patient with this group and can provide opportunities for them to try our new technology. One strategy that might work is to assign them mentors with whom they feel comfortable so that these mentors train them in the new technology and show them its functionality. Curtis 2020 declares educator groups, such as professional learning communities, are very influential. Knowledgeable colleagues' mentorship can reflect the guided implementation of an innovation. We must recognize that change is a difficult process. Therefore, we must lead as Jesus did. Lead with love and patience. Corinthians 4, verse 16 says, "Therefore we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day." New International Bible. Leading change in Beaufort City Schools from a biblical perspective. Leading a system from a biblical perspective allows us to better understand the opinions of the different members of the system and respect their opinions. We must work as a team in which all members contribute their talents for the benefit of everyone in the system. By leading as Christ did, from love and kindness, we can soften the negative attitudes that some members of the system might have, and in this way turn challenges into growth opportunities to strengthen the system. Romans 15, verse 5 proclaims, "Now the God of patience and consolation grants you to be like-minded one toward another according to Jesus Christ." New International Bible. Once we learn to love one another, we must remember to consider the various positions of the team players. It is our duty as leaders to be patient and kind and put ourselves in the shoes of other people. These are the references included in the presentation, and thank you for your attention.